Hey everybody, I'm going to give you all a moment to come on in. Hoping all are well. About nothing. They trying. Hey Empress Fee, how are you, beautiful? Hey Rhonda, hey Cashmere, hey Kaylin. How's everybody doing this evening? Y'all, this has been an interesting week. Mercury retrograde is doing the most. Hey Serena, hey Cat Eyes. Goodness. So I did do a full reading on the whole Drake versus everybody, UMG, um, iHeartRadio, Spotify. So that is uploading as we speak, y'all. I don't know how long it's going to take because it was, I want to say like over an hour and 20 minutes. So it might take a moment. Hey Kiki, hey Wanda, hey Vibrant One. Hey Phoenix, hey Equinox Gray, hey Angie. That was an interesting reading, y'all. All I can say is it would have been best for him to just kind of fall back for a minute, let things balance out, and he still would have been doing really well. Hey Kendra Cobb, good to see you. I'm glad your foot is healing. Great. Let's get you out of here. We already got a paint chip eater. There we go. Send you straight to the trash. Whew. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, here they go with the trolls. Hi, Donna. Yes, the bots are here early. The way they play in my chat, you would think they get a tax return. Say, are you cooking tomorrow? No, Wanda, I'm not. I don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. The history of Thanksgiving is a really violent, vile, situation. So, no. Well, Murat, thank you. At least you're nice. I appreciate you. No, I'm definitely not cooking anything for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I cook all the time, so I don't even wait for a holiday to cook. But all of y'all, please be safe during the holidays. This is the time of year, especially up until the new year, where people unfortunately have a little too much and possibly get in jail, get in trouble. We are in Mercury retrograde, so if you go into family functions and you know somebody likes to trigger you, do your best to, hold on to that and not let it get the best of you, because this is a time where it's a little volatile. So, you know, enjoy your holiday the best you can. You said cool hat, that's not a hat. No, baby, that's a headband that's on my chair. It came with the chair and I just left it on there. Hey Hunter. Say, what in the world is going on with Drake? He's gonna mess up his career. He's really mad that he lost a rap beef. Um, It's definitely, from what I could see, it's, in my opinion, it's definitely foolish pride, and he's gonna let it get the best of him. We all know that the industry has underhanded things that they do to boost and push people, but the problem is he's in about the same system that helped to give him the very boost and push in his career that he has. So, you gotta be careful biting the hand that feeds you. That same hand that feeds you can turn into the fist that knocks you out. So I don't think that this was a well thought plan. Said God bless Israel. Let's see. Said Drake is about to get his F around. Oh, you say he's about to get his N-word moment. Yeah. 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 Shout out to Paul Mooney. Yes, he is. Um, and he didn't just come for the parent company that's over him. He came for pretty much the whole upper echelon. And I just can't understand how he thought that this was going to end well. He could have really just let that moment just ride out, come back in the new year, drop some fresh music. People would have been over it. His fan base would have came out and supported him. But he's really pushing this too far. And the craziest part about it, y'all, is the very song that he's upset about, due to him filing, these legal petitions, that song is back in the top 20 again. Everybody had forgot about it and let it go. The song is recirculating again. And who can he blame for the boost in the song this time? You gave the song new life. The same song you're complaining about, you gave it new life. For me, it's kind of weird in the long run, because you initiated the rap beef. You kept poking and poking and poking until he finally obliged and he came out and he matched your energy. So if you asked for the rap battle and it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, you win some, you lose some. He could not have expected Kendrick to be the same type of result as what he had with Meek Mill. They're not the same type of artist. Meek Mill is not in the same lane as a Kendrick. Kendrick is on a whole nother tier. You cannot put Meek Mill and Kendrick in the exact same box. They're total different type of MC. This is like, getting into it with a Cool Modi and then turning around and using that same tactic for a KRS-One. It's not the same caliber of MC. And that's not knocking either, artist. It's just you got to know your lane. That's all. You got to know your lane. Thank you, Cat Eye. Says, welcome to Allegedly Wednesdays. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Turn on your notification bells. Thank you. Let's see what did Cashmere say. Said, I feel the same way. Said, if someone would have told me that Drake 2024 would have gone like this, I would have said, you lying. You know what's kind of crazy? Drake is still dominating streams on Spotify. So for him to say that Spotify and all of these companies are conspiring against him to boost this song, sir, you didn't drop an album this year and you still are dominating all of the streams, the radio, everything. So it's like he didn't ruin your career. Yes, embarrassing, but you initiated this and it just didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Better luck next time. This wasn't the battle for you. Okay, that's cool. But to take it this far, you'll never be taken serious again, especially if you don't win this. And this isn't even one of those things where it's important for you to win the case to prove a point. Because if you even get close to what you want, you got to be prepared to retire or really do everything out of your own pocket with no push, no radio, no help in the streams. You really got to get out here and get it out the mud. And he's never had to do that. He's always been signed. He's always had a label. He's always had, help to push his career. So it's, I don't know. For me, it's just like, wow, way to go out. Yeah, said they're artists of two different caliber. Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, just Misha said, but Drake said some things about Kendrick's wife and child in his song, which wasn't true. Listen, that's why I said he initiated the battle. He kept pushing for him to come out, kept telling them, pretty much poking the bear, like, come out, let's go back and forth. Kendrick waited for a minute, and then when he came out and he struck back, and he went back to back, and you couldn't keep up, now it's a problem. You can't be upset if you pick a fight that you can't win. If you swing on this person and this person swings back and their punch is harder than yours, does it matter who started it, or does it matter who's more effective? You're upset because he was more effective. That sounds like a sore loser. You started it, it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Okay. Take that one on the chin, keep going. You're still one of the highest trending, selling, streamed artists in the world. Your fan base was still going to support you. They were still going to pull up. They were still going to play your music. So if that's the case, where did you really lose? It's just a little, it's a loss, but it's not a loss to your career where it was stopping you from getting around and moving around and making money. All he had to do is just fall back and say, you know what? This didn't work out the way I thought it would. Let me just chill for a minute. Let me let it die down. And then I can come back and I'm still me. I'm still going to still going to get these numbers. I'm still going to sell these tickets to these shows. And he still would have been fine. But how do you expect people to look at you after this? This, not to me, not the best idea. Let's see, said, did Peanut Butter and Jelly do something to Young Money spiritually? Drake, Wayne, and Nikki all seem like they could benefit from a cleanse. That's an interesting question. Well, the thing is, though, as far as Nikki is concerned, Nikki is literally at the height of her career. She's doing bigger things now than she's ever done. Like, she just broke records with TikTok, like highest number ever in TikTok lives and the TikTok shop with her nails. At this moment, she's full steam ahead. It's like she can't lose. So she's been doing whatever she needs to do. Hey, say hey, Miss Zoe. Yeah, it just, he let his pride get the best of him. Y'all gotta understand, like, iHeartRadio, largest radio conglomerate in North America. UMG Music Group, largest distribution company in North America. They just merged with Meta. Okay, I don't know if y'all know that. They just merged with Meta. Meta is over IG and Facebook. And then you go Spotify. Now, I thought it was interesting that he mentioned Spotify and not Apple Music, but Spotify covers global numbers. Okay? Apple Music and Spotify both cover global numbers, but they are a major platform for streaming globally. So why would you try to snatch the rug from under situation like that? You said Drake and Wayne was not solid like Nikki was to them. Hey, Vanny's best. Hey, Alicia. Said Drake likes the little boy that called Wolf and then turns around and gets bitten really hard and cries. I mean, I just don't get his logic, because you started it, it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out, and now you're over here, in the middle of the street having a temper tantrum. Because that's what this is. This is a temper tantrum. You filed a petition, not even an actual lawsuit. You filed petitions for the court to give you access to information to prove collusion against the company that you are signed to. Like, they're going to actually let you get that information to tear down their infrastructure. This is like the whole Puffy thing and Diageo all over again, but bigger. You said the information is proprietary. I mean, it's crazy. Like, what would make you think that they would comply with giving that kind of information just because you're upset? Now, what happens if the information is released and we find out that the actual push that you're complaining about was behind you and it helped you more than it helped anybody else on that label or through that distribution company? What happens if that comes out? Then what do you do? Yeah, you said December is about to be a full Drake. Skeletons are about to jump out the closet. Feels like he asked for this, though. So, Angel, I'm not a Drake fan, but do you think they use bots to hype Not Like Us? Um, from what I saw in the energy, no one expected Not Like Us to take off the way that it did. And at the end of the day, both clients are represented by the same company. So the company got to eat very good off of both sides. So if anything, they fueled both sides of this so that they can make money either way it went between both artists, not just one against the other. Why would they leave money on the table either way it goes between both artists? They were winning between both artists no matter what. Said hi from France. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Said, I think that was what he wants. Burning the whole house now. Yeah, ridiculous. Said, my husband is a producer and writer in the industry, and he said this is really a bad move on Drake's part. It is. It's a horrible move. It is a horrible move, because here's the thing. Whether this case gets off the ground or not, he's literally burnt every possible bridge that he can burn with the large conglomerates. Now, an artist of his stature needs an iHeartRadio. Okay? It's very rare that an independent artist can do very well without the radio if they don't have a really strong fan base. Drake's whole entire career has been really boosted by radio. Even before streaming was a big thing for his career, he did really well with urban and pop radio. So you're coming for radio, not just urban radio, but listen what I'm saying, urban and pop radio, okay? You're coming for one of the largest streaming sites in the world. And you're coming for one of the actually literally the most powerful men in all of the music industry, Lucian Grange. You think Lucian Grange is going to let this man literally come through and cut the head off the snake and let the body drop? If you want to retire, just say that. Because now, everything you accuse them of, they're going to make sure if it's ever been done for you, it'll never be done again. And can you sustain having to fund your career on this level with your own money and still have to pay them for whatever your contractual agreements are to get out of this contract? This is a slippery slope that I don't think he realized he may not be able to come back from. Yeah, I said he's going to get Drake before Drake gets him. Who is advising him? I don't think anybody's advising him, Cat Eyes. I really think that this is foolish pride. He's letting his emotions get the best of him. He's really taking this to heart. He's so accustomed to being number one, being the best at this, being the best at that, that he bought so far into his own hype that he didn't realize when he jumped off the porch, he was going to break his own ankles. I mean, the fact that you were able to go back and forth with Kendrick shows that you have talent. So I'm not going to sit here and say that he doesn't have any talent. That wouldn't be true. But you're not of the caliber that it takes to go back and forth with a Kendrick. You have writers that help you. Kendrick has literally a vault of words that he can always go to, and he never runs out of words and never runs out of ideas because he is an actual battle rapper and a brilliant mind. You were mismatched from the very beginning. Like I said, you win some, you lose some. Take that L, learn from it, humble yourself, and go back to the whole lover boy thing. Make the music that makes people happy, because that music will stand the test of time. 20 years from now, is somebody going to still be listening to Not Like Us? I don't know. But if it's a feel-good song that gets the club going, that will still be played somewhere because people love the things that make them feel good. Let's see, you said Drake's mistake is believing his stature makes him too big to fall. I agree. Said that's always been Drake, though. He's been like that, conceited. Do you think that doing this to get out of the contract? If he is doing this to get out of the contract, this is not the way that he wanted to get out of the contract. I guarantee you that. Because if he gets out of this contract to go and try to be independent, who is he going to go to for distribution? Because when you look at the bigger picture, the other distribution companies, they're going to look at this situation and they're going to think about, well, look at how he got out of that contract with UMG. I don't know if we want to take a chance on him and then he becomes a live wire with us and then we lose money when he feels some type of way if he does the same thing to us. So I really just thought that, this was the worst way for him to go about it, because at the end of the day, what is he going to do when the larger companies see him as a liability and they don't want to invest. This is going to affect, you know, his branding as a whole, not just him as a rapper. Say, hey, Angel, how are you? Just got here. Hi, Sensual and Sassy. So, yeah, like I said, this was one of the absolute worst ideas ever. Ever. You should have just fell back, gave it a 5 or 6 months, chilled, let the algorithm die down, let all the shits and giggles die down. Eventually people were going to get tired of the song, they were going to get tired of laughing at it. you know People were already done with Not Like Us. Like, I saw people saying, like, okay, well, I really don't want to see this at the Super Bowl. He literally just got people in the mindset to where they can't wait to see if Kendrick performs this at the Super Bowl. The momentum behind this song was done. He brought it back. If you're that mad about this song, why do you keep rehashing this and reminding people about this song? You brought it back. Said, I agree, walk away, regroup, and come back. Yeah, he could have came back with some dance music or some, something the ladies like, and it would have sold, and he would have been back, and it would have, it would have been over. It would have been done. So I don't know if he will be able to be insured by the big insurance companies for the industry again. He is now marketed as a big liability and a problem. Well, here's the thing. They will insure his tour, but who is going to actually help to put the funding behind the tour? Who is going to help to support, sponsoring the tour? Who's going to want to have him, as the face of their products now? He's made it to where he's turned himself into a pariah. And he can't blame that on anybody else but himself, because the moment things don't go your way, are you going to do this with other companies as well? He's a hot potato now. Nobody wants to grab him. Nobody is going to want to hold him, because if this is the way you react to things, will you do this across the board with other companies? Yeah, he is messed up for real, for real. I agree. So I don't think this lawsuit is going to help him tour either. Well, here's the thing. It's not even a lawsuit yet. He filed a petition to have permission to get information from the companies that he mentioned to prove his case so that he could go to court and petition for a lawsuit. It's not even a lawsuit yet. That's what I'm saying. Why do you think that these people are going to allow you to have access to the way that they do business? Because, see, if they turn over their information for him, how much would they have to turn over? Would they have to turn over all of their books and all of their contracts for every single artist that is signed to UMG? Where would that stop? Why would they allow you to expose every single business practice that they have, good, bad, and indifferent, just because you feel sensitive about the fact that they didn't stop Kendrick from releasing the song because you felt like what he said damaged your marketability? You said things about Kendrick that could have damaged his marketability. A diss track it's in the word. Diss is short for disrespect. That's what it's about. So if you start this situation and it doesn't work out the way that you wanted it to, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself, because Kendrick, it felt like at first he didn't even want to go back and forth with you. You pushed it and pushed it and pushed it until you got what you want, and then found out it wasn't what you wanted. That's silly to me. So, well, damn Drake, they're not giving you squad, and they're about to sun him for real. Hey, I believe so. So, yeah, this was not the best business decision. When you look at this situation, I would not be surprised if information starts to surface about Drake pretty soon, where they give him that front and back bumper type of energy, where you thought that things were going to go bad, and then they go worse than you ever could have imagined. Because why would they allow you to open all of these files, all of these contracts with all of these different companies, to expose the whole entire industry because you didn't get your way? How do you expect that to work? Are you trying to retire? Did you save enough money? Are you going to leave the country? Like, how do you expect this to work? Because I don't see Spotify opening their books if they have to. Well, if they don't have to, I don't see UMG doing that if they don't have to. I definitely don't see iHeartRadio doing that if they don't have to. So how are you going to make this work? I said he is walking himself in handcuffs. Yep, said he was a party what he was accused of in the industry doing, and he's benefited for years and never said anything until now. Well, that, yeah, because that's the thing. If you expose them for allegedly doing this with Kendrick, what are you going to expose about what they've done for you? If you were complicit with this system until the system didn't benefit you, how does that complaint work? Yeah, so he didn't think about any of those questions, Angel. I don't believe he did. He just went off of emotion. Yeah, so he didn't think this through at all. I really don't think he did. I think he really just, he got upset, and he saw that, people didn't look at him the same, and he's just accustomed to being at the top of the food chain. And it never occurred to him that there was going to come a day that things could change. And they did. And they changed rapidly. And he wasn't ready for it. He couldn't accept it. So for him to do all of this knowing that he might possibly have Fed issues looming is bold. Yeah, it definitely is a bold move, I promise you. Yeah, reacted all wrong. Hey, Yellow Brad. Hey, Justice for Us. Said I was just saying I wish that this was another live and just got the notification. Oh my gosh. Now y'all here being light skinned. Listen, I ain't gonna even blame that on light skinned people. They gonna divorce him too. Because I mean this is the epic meltdown. Like, this is literally like, I didn't get my way. I'm going to fall out in the middle of the floor, roll around, kicking and screaming in the middle of the grocery store because my mom won't let me get the name brand cereal. Like, this is that type of rant. This is that type of behavior. You can, just from the way I look at it, you cannot benefit from the same system that has fed your career for years and then want to tear it down when it didn't work for you. I thank you, Jonathan. Good evening to you as well. Said, but it's bad to want to clear his name after those accusations. Well, here's the thing. He could have cleared his name if he wanted to. And see, it says a lot that he went after the big dogs, but he didn't file any paperwork towards Kendrick or file any paperwork that have, Kendrick's song taken down for defamation. So why didn't you go after Kendrick for defamation? versus going after the parent company because they released it and you felt like, well, I'm the biggest artist and you should have went with me instead of him. They represent you and many other large artists. What makes you think that this company is supposed to leave money on the floor? If money came from both sides of this, it's supposed to make the money. That's how business works. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah, this is one of the first ones where I'm ever just chilling. This is a night where I used to make a lot of money. I don't know about elsewhere, but here in Michigan, especially in Detroit, this is the biggest bar night of the entire year. If you want to make money, this is the night you make it. Everybody flies in for the Lions game tomorrow and the Thanksgiving parade in the morning. I'm at home and I'm actually enjoying that because I'm usually out working until like 4 in the morning on this day every year. Hey, Vintage Paris Diana. So he proved Kendrick's point. LOL, I just know that he's sitting with his feet up. He proved more than Kendrick's point. Like this is crazy. Like you could never come back to the table and say that, you know, you're street or you're a real rapper or you're hip hop after doing something like this. Who wants to even allow you into hip hop after you do something like this? Hip hop is competitive. You go back and forth, you spar. That's what real hip hop is. So if you don't get your way, you want to tear up the whole entire industry? Like, come on now. Stop it. You said it's so good to see you, Miss Angel. Oh, thank you. It's great to see you here. Said Angel Drake cannot risk. Hold on, let me go back. Said Drake cannot risk a defamation lawsuit because he would have to really dig into those allegations. I agree, but either way, he could have just let this rock. He could have just let it die down and leave it alone. Why sue anybody? You started this mess. Said, I'm safe at home. Thank God my students got home safely, so my job is done. Great. Said, Nikki been speaking on how Atlantic did her with Botch B. Drake invited the ops to his tour. Nikki spoke on this and called Billboard and Drake out. She spoke on this from 2018 to 2024. Well, see, the difference is Nikki didn't decide to just try to sue the whole industry, knowing that she still was working in the industry. And even with that, it's like it's two different situations. And she pushed through that, and look at her now. How is Drake going to push through this when he created this problem? Drake is still at the top of the food chain complaining about how everybody eats. You're getting the lion's share of what's on the table. So how are you complaining about how everybody eats? It is contradictory. I see somebody said, I'm proud of Drake. I hope he wins. I hope he wins in life because this is going to ruin his career. Said, I honestly want to know what went on with that Friendsgiving party that both Dave East and Party were at. Definitely seems like they were avoiding each other. Well, I want y'all to remember Megan did that Hottie Wing thing several years ago when she was really, you know, first getting into the industry, and Dave East was a part of that. So there's no telling what the underlying energy is because it could just be, you know, public X, private X. It could be that type of energy, but interesting nonetheless. Angel, what do you think about Deb saying that people approached her to offer her $5 million to cut ties with Nikki? I'm surprised they didn't offer her more. But it says a lot that Deb didn't take it regardless of, what she was offered. Even if her and Nikki weren't in the best place, she still was loyal enough not to take it. So to me, that, speaks volumes. Said Drake is trying to expose other artists and the label. But to expose other artists in the label, he has to benefit it from. I said, is he ready to retire? Because how do you function at such a high level if they, deactivate all of the things that they do for your career and you have to accomplish those things by yourself now? It's not that he doesn't have a strong fan base. He has a huge fan base. A lot of people across the world love Drake. But can Drake get it done on his own dime is the bigger question. Said, I thought I was the only one to want the old Young Money crew to win. Yeah. Said Drake is going to expose himself in the end. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they was freezing me again. Yeah, it's one thing to want to expose the industry, but it's another thing to have to, you know, quintessentially burn the whole house down as if you don't live in it. He has one of the biggest rooms in the house that he's trying to burn down. So how are you going to maneuver after you do this? That's just the bigger question. You said I feel bad for old Drake. I can't say that I feel good or bad for him. I just feel that, this is foolish pride, and he's letting his pride and his emotions get the best of him. That water energy, that Scorpio energy is unbalanced, and he's playing himself. Y'all, there go the sirens. You said Drake is a Jew. Those people are very good in math. Probably he wants a lot of money from the lawsuit. Maybe he wants to retire. This has nothing to do with Drake being a Jew. That's even more reason why he should know better. He should know better than to play with his people like that. And if he was so good with money, he's gonna have to prove it when he has to invest in himself. This was not a smart move, period. Not the Cyrus coming now because they're about to pick him up. Yeah, so he just proves that, yeah, he's emotional for real. And that's my whole point. Business is not about being emotional, it's about being strategic. He's not being strategic at all. Because here's the thing, if he is to remotely win anything from this case, what's his next step? These are very, very powerful people that he's playing with. And he's overstepping his boundaries. See, he thinks that he's bigger than what he is. Have you ever seen a little 5-year-old run up on somebody and say, fight, fight, and the person can put their hand on the top of the child's head and you're just swinging and you can't reach at anybody, you can't connect? This is the type of situation he got himself into. His arms aren't long enough to box with the people he's trying to box with. Said Drake showed the people in the industry how unloyal he was by what he did to Wayne and Nikki, and people see Drake for how he was never there for Young Money. I think this is bigger than that. He's been accused of allegedly backdooring a lot of artists because he, possibly is getting them signed and getting percentages out of, their contracts. Now, if that is true, Remember what I just said about he's got the biggest room in the house that he's trying to burn down. So if this is remotely true that he's getting anything out of these artists' contract that is benefiting him, as if like he's a recruiter and then he, I get you signed up and then I get a percentage out of what you do. If that is remotely true, all of that can come out in court. Now, what if they decide to let that information out and people find out how many points he's getting off of them that they didn't know he was getting? Like this is something way bigger than what he thought he was stepping into. You said the sirens always come through. You said, and those people aren't going to forget what he did. Absolutely not. Hey, Mr. LL's living. How are you, sweetie? You said he won't go he won't go tell Trump his problem. Trump knows that that's a bad business decision. He would have told him not to do it. Oh, man. Like Sexy Red, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. Said Drake wants to leave UMG so he can co-own, was that Gamma and Larry Jackson, and position themselves to be the new power players in the game. I don't know if this is the way to do it. Well, here's the thing. Every business still needs to be plugged into something to help the business run. If you are supposed to be the new plug, the plug needs a socket, meaning you need distribution, meaning you need radio, meaning you need streaming. So if you want to get out here, start your own thing, start launching artists and fall back. How are you going to do that when you can't get distribution, you can't get radio, and you can't get streams? How is that going to work? Said, I'm sure he did that to Sexy Red too. I don't even think that the lawsuit will make it to the courts. UMG will give him whatever he wants. Too much can be revealed. UMG ain't giving him shit. He's asking the court to allow his petition to ask UMG for the information to prove that UMG is guilty of what he's accusing them of. You think I'm going to give you the information you need to get me caught up? If you got to ask for it, you think I'm going to be like, hold on 1 minute. Let me go over here in the file cabinet. What all do you need? Oh, you just want the file cabinet? Here, have that. They're not going to give that up. And they've got way more money than him, way more resources, way bigger lawyers. He ain't getting nothing. Even if he gets a little leeway in court, he's going to lose all of what he needs on the back end to plug his business in to make money. This is a lose-lose situation either way it goes, because there's always a bigger picture here. What can he do if you do this to UMG, okay? Yes, there's other distribution companies globally. There are. But they're going to look at this situation and now you're a major risk. Because what happens if things don't go the way you want them to go and then you try this with them? This is just, y'all, it's like, why would you do that? Just ride this contract out, go on tour, make the money you need to make, take your lawyers to the table and see what it takes to buy your way out of your contract and buy out your contract and close it out that way. What he's doing is emotional and it's just not making any sense. Said Drake is not from the hood, he is from Canada. Oh, hey, Canada still got hoods, but you're right. He ain't from the hood. I think the high road that people want him to take, he doesn't have that in him. He can't be loyal to people like Nikki. Unfortunately, this is way bigger than, him not being loyal to his label mates. See, him not being loyal to his label mates was not going to put the brakes on his career. This will put the brakes on everything in his career. He's got to be very careful on how he handles this. Said apparently Wayne got in the booth and came at Kendrick. Twitter is saying Wayne called Kendrick and Kendrick didn't answer, so Wayne made a track. Oh Lord. That's a battle that I don't even feel is necessary. But I mean, if he feel like he need to respond, said this is what Joe Buttons was talking about earlier. He said that Drake's dirty dealings is going to be exposed. Yeah, because all they're doing is taking the covering off of him. The backing that protected him, they're going to say, hey, we no longer have his back. And see, that's when you're in shark infested waters, and it's not a good look. Yep, said he's biting the hand that feeds him. Absolutely. Hell, he's gnawing it up to the wrist. See, the only thing I don't like is that it should have been Crooked Warner to get exposed. Their artists benefit the most from faking numbers. Parentheses Atlantic. We'll say allegedly. Hey, Cass. Said some of Gamma's artists are Snoop, Rick Ross, French Montana, Sexy Red, Usher, etc. If baby, he will mess around and crash out their careers. Yeah, Alicia, that's exactly what they're gonna tell them. You said this looks so sad. Did you get your turkey stuff yet, honey? I don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. The history behind say Thanksgiving, nah. Said if Wayne is going to jump into this, Nikki will as well. It looks ugly at this point. I don't think Nikki is going to jump in this because of Wayne. You got to realize that Wayne just played in Nikki's face as well. So it may just be best for Nikki to fall back and make her money and let everybody scramble. She's carried the weight a long time trying to hold everything together for everybody, and when she needed them, everybody played blind. So hey, Angel the Babe. Said, did you see? Hold on, let me see what you said. Did you see he threatened legal action to get this character out of the wheelchair on Degrassi? They're digging up all of his stuff. Lord. Well, if they go back to Degrassi, he has some rumors that were very unsavory. And for those of us that live up here in the north and we're able to see, CBC television, it was always a very, 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 very ugly rumor about Drake and why he left the show. And that rumor allegedly states that he was inappropriate in an SA type of way with one of his castmates. Now, I don't know that to be true, but they stated that that's the reason why he left the show. And that's why he changed his name when he came to America, because he could no longer work acting in Canada anymore. So if there is any validity to that, That's going to be very, very sad for him, but he gave them the shovel and allowed them to dig when he did this. Said alleged lyrics from the track Let Lil Wayne Down Now, I'm Still Flying Around, You're Chasing My Shadow While I'm Wearing the Crown. He said, I'm the heartbeat of the game, you just playing around. I mean, he definitely took a jab at him for sure. I mean, I just wouldn't want to see him and Wayne go back and forth. It just feels unnecessary. But I mean, it's hip hop. If you took a jab at him, Wayne has a right to take one back. I just don't feel like this is actually worth it though on either side, because there's something bigger going on that the both of them got drawn into. You said they're taking the gloves off. I mean, that's hip hop though. I guarantee you neither one of these two are going to go to court and sue everybody because they don't like what each other said. We'll never see that happen between them. Can we say prawns? Why would we be talking about prawns? Is that supposed to be ponds? Oh, okay, ponds. Okay. I had to make sure I saw that right. Yes, can we say ponds? Right. My greedy ass, I'm about prawns. Yeah, they're pawns in this. It's a way bigger game. Somebody else was playing chess, so it would be nice for them to see the bigger picture. But I mean, it is hip hop. If they're gonna go back and forth, and nobody's gonna take anybody to court, then so be it. Uh, say, well, he thought this ish folks would not see a nigga said him because of his mom and their kin. Said this is deeper than rap at this point. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I don't like where it's turning to, because it's going into a weird place and they don't even understand there's a puppet master behind the scenes playing with the both of them. Said all of this drama just because Camel wanted to be messy and Snake Wayne. Shaking my head. Interesting. Said, oh, this is going to be a mess. Nikki wrote a thank you letter and posted it on IG, and she left Drake's name off of her thank you letter. I mean, can you blame her? He's been playing with her all year trying to be funny. I wouldn't acknowledge him at all, especially not now. Said it's funny how Cash Young Money are willing to go out for Drake, but stayed silent when it came to Nikki in 2018. Well, here's the thing. Drake has always been self-serving, and I really don't think that he would have ever been supportive of Nikki the way that she supported him. But excuse me, the way that she supported him, because he just doesn't have that type of loyalty built into him. He never has. Said Camel Ben snaked Wayne. Nikki is officially off the Cash Money crew. Right. If Nikki had realized earlier that she was on her own, she would have navigated differently from the beginning. I do believe that. I do believe that. Um, I feel bad for Nikki overall, because she really is, the one that went to bat for everybody. And when it came time for people to step up to the plate for her, they decided to not even attempt to try. And even when, people did speak up for her, it was like Baby spoke up. So, people followed Baby. But, y'all, let's tap into this energy between Kendrick and Wayne now that Wayne is responding. Hold on. I'm gonna start station here before I start the reading. Alrighty. All right, station head is started. Hey, station head. All right, we're going to tap into the energy around Wayne and Kendrick now that Wayne has responded. We've already decided over here on YouTube that Drake filing these legal petitions is not in the best professional, decision, but if that's what he's gonna do, that's what he's gonna do. Alrighty, let's see what's going on between Wayne and Kendrick. What's the energy between Wayne and Kendrick? Okay, so we've got the Empress that's hit the table. The Empress represents things coming into fruition or energy that gives birth to something coming from the past. Six of Cups. And this is so messed up because it's like mutually they both had love for each other, but this is going to turn into a hangman because the Tower is here at the bottom of the deck. The Hermit and the World. So people may not receive Wayne's response well. They may ostracize him. There's definitely something going on here behind the scenes that needs to come to light because you got strength here, which is literally like the maiden that helps to coax and calm the beast. And this Five of Cups, this is like the energy between the both of them, that this is going full steam ahead because there's a lot of regret, a lot of remorse. And I see this as an unrequited offer. I mean, of course, somebody's going to make money out of this, but like I said, there's a bigger picture going on here that the two of them are not seeing. They're being played to the middle for somebody else's gain. Okay, so you got the Lovers here that represents Gemini, which is Kendrick's energy. Also, it represents choice and duality. You got a King of Cups here. So I see that somebody's very, very deep in their feelings and their emotions, and they're not letting it be seen how they feel. So before this even happened, before it even got that far, like these two had great admiration and love for each other. And it feels like someone put this whole thing into play to keep them from collaborating. Why would they want to keep these two from collaborating? Because it definitely brought a rest to them being able to collaborate. Why would they do this? Wow, so here it is, the King of Pentacles. Somebody did this to balance everything out, to even a situation out, to work in their, pretty much to work best in their favor. Because they felt like these two come together, it was going to bring an end to their reign, because this falls under the World. This is so selfish. This is literally to preserve their own standing. Somebody did this to stay on top. Keep these two apart from each other so that they can stay on top. Yeah, they want to continue to be the emperor, to be able to keep the stronghold on this situation. Hey, Bostress. Yeah, this is going to be, to bring a 5 of Cups to a situation that could have been very, very fruitful and promising. This could have been a great, situation. These two come together and work together. But it's like this person had to rain on their parade so that they can keep opportunities coming in for themselves, cause all this anxiety. Didn't a certain person say they were supposed to be dropping an album soon? Yeah, so this person, 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups. This person has had unrequited offers in the past when it came to being able to chart and trend the way that they wanted to, due to other people who have sold better than them. Yeah, and this is so crazy. The 9 of Swords is now falling under the Lovers, which represents the Gemini energy. So it's like on the back end, now that all, everything is said and done, there's a lot of anxiety on Kendrick's side, because it's like he's realizing what he stepped into, but it's a bit too late. But he's seeing the bigger picture now. And it feels like, he really would like to lay this situation to rest, because he realizes this person was trying to slow him down, trying to slow down his momentum to keep him from possibly out trending or outselling him. Y'all, all of this was to hold people back so a certain person can meet a certain quota when they drop their album. Allegedly. Diabolical. You slowed everybody down, put hurdles in front of everybody so that you could cheat and make it across the finish line and leave people behind you. You've never been able to get to that number one, honestly. So you're stacking the odds against everybody else so that you can finally accomplish what you always wanted to accomplish before you retire for the 35th time. Oh my God. You said lips was on. Don't kill my vibe. You orchestrated this to literally slow everybody down so that you could still reign. And Kendrick didn't even realize the throne was his. And this person maneuvered you out of your seat without you even knowing. Pretended to be the helping hand, and as soon as that hand embraced yours to shake, it pulled you down. Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Here it is. Now, Queen of Wands, not to say that Kendrick, is feminine, but Kendrick has more balanced feminine energy due to him being more tapped in esoterically, okay? So here it is. Kendrick would be considered like the belle of the ball, the independent, who's highly seen and highly favored right now. The one that everybody wants to work with, everybody wants to collaborate with. And he came up the ranks super, super fast. And his intuition was telling him to watch this person, but he got caught up in the lights and the glitz and the glamour and the excitement of the situation. And now he realizes he's playing chess with somebody who likes to cheat. Damn, Kendrick. Oh, man. This is like playing poker with somebody that got cards up their sleeve. Oh. So remember I said Kendrick is tapped in esoterically, right? So behind the scenes, what people don't see spiritually, there's a battle. And spiritually, he's going to battle this emperor. Said, yeah, so he just hate to see people win with his chamber of vile elves in Pebble Nation. Damn. Oh, man. So Kendrick hates Drake anyway, so he was willing to get played, allegedly. So he's starting to tap more into his intuition. Because he's regretting that he took this opportunity. He's regretting that he even agreed to work with this person. Yeah, now he realizes this whole situation was the overlay for the underplay. Somebody was taking all of the, big pieces off the board. So when you play chess, if any of you have ever played chess, the most important piece on the board is the queen. You must protect the queen. So in this situation, because of Kendrick's intuition, he would be the queen. Had he have listened to his information from his intuition would have protected him and kept him out of this position, because he would have saw the overlay for the underplay attached to this opportunity. Hey, Elizabeth. Okay, y'all, there they go. They're starting to freeze me again. Yeah, the star, okay? So the star is like, remember when I talked about how, Wayne had all this hope? He had somebody pretty much blowing smoke up his ass, telling him everything he wanted to hear. Yeah, I got you, let's work, let's chat, let's do business, all of that behind the scenes. Kendrick is realizing that someone did the same thing to him, but just on a much higher tier. You said, Angel, what is Alegba? They said K. Eric is heavy into that. I believe it's more often to like Obatala and things like that. He, if I don't know if they mean Papa Legba or if they're talking about another, spiritual entity. But here's the thing. if he is off into like anything that is remotely close to Ifa, he should have been more in tune and he should have saw this coming. Because I do see that he's very tapped in, he's very keyed in, but it's like he let the glitz and the glamour of the offer overshadow what his intuition was showing him. And now on the other end of it, it's like, what did I get myself off into? But I'm gonna push my way through. I'm going to push back. So yeah, what he thought was going to bring happier times actually is like it ended up exposing some things to him, and it's like, I gotta push through, I gotta go ahead and make my way through this situation. Do not be surprised if after Super Bowl these two part ways, because there's some really, really, shaky energy between the two. And you got Justice here, which is also an air card, which represents like Libra, the balance. He thought that accepting this large offer was going to bring balance to him and help with his visibility. This was going to be a major opportunity, which performing for the Super Bowl absolutely is. It gives you a huge amount of visibility, but this came at a price. Yeah, this choice that he made ended up turning into a heavy burden. Said it's a madhouse out here in Hollywood. Yeah. Yeah, so Queen of Swords falling under the High Priestess. Now, remember I said his intuition is heightened, and it's like he's tapping into matriarch type energy, which is intriguing because the matriarch energy is what's about to take over now that we're going into, deep into the age of Aquarius, because Aquarius represents all knowledge and intuition. The strongest of intuition is usually found in the matriarch. So he's tapping into, I don't know if this is like a spiritual type feminine energy, could possibly be a feminine deity that he is working through. But remember what I said. This came at a price. 10 of Wands. Hierophant here. They're going to make it very, very hard on him because they know that he's spiritually inclined, and they know that he is not the type that you can push and he won't push back. So if you start to see things come out with Kendrick and it feels like somebody's trying to bury him, it's attached to this energy. Yeah. So here it is. Now that he's moved forward with this situation, he's starting to see the overlay for the underplay. They may even try to come at him legally. I hope he doesn't end up with a situation where he can have issues with police. But I see towers coming because he's not easy to be controlled. And if he can't be controlled, somebody will try to break him. This card represents not just law, but the powers that be. And this falls under the star. So by Aquarius season, which is around the time that Super Bowl is going to actually, come into fruition, because Super Bowl is in February, he may start to have issues where stories may possibly be released, or information, you know, pretty much right after Super Bowl, somewhere in that time frame where there may be a possible smear campaign that starts to pick up. It may start small, you know, through vlogs and social media and then build up. But somebody, they want to get their money out of him. They want to get everything they can get out of him first. And then, you know, he's possibly going to start facing some heavy burdens. He practically made a deal with the devil. You said Camel will try to prevent Kendrick from being in the position he's in with power players. That's what it feels like, Empress V. Said he was talking about his feminine side with SZA on Harper's Bazaar interview. Wow, thank you for letting me know that, because I see that energy here, and it feels like this is where he's tapping into his intuition. It's a matriarch type energy that he's tapping into, and he literally is someone that is very intuitive. But it's like something happened or something transpired to kind of like block his signals, his receptors for his intuition, and he's seeing that now. Said the same method used in smear. Yeah, but he's not easy to be broken. He's not easy to be controlled. And if you push him, he's not just going to let you push him down. He will push back. But what I see is that somebody does not want to give up their seat at the table, and they feel that Kendrick would be next to be knighted, and they want to stop the ceremony, allegedly. Everybody has their time in the sun. You've got to pass the baton, and it feels like somebody is not willing to pass the baton, but they just don't know. You're on your way down anyway. You're not going to even get to pass it. It's going to be snatched out of your hand. Said they are reporting that the blacklisted Jay Combs from renting any mansions in LA due to the damages that come afterwards. Ooh, I heard about some of those damages, and they said that the mattresses may have been soiled with, we'll say, bodily fluids of several kinds, on top of other things. Said, so will the smear campaigns work? Interesting question. I can tap in and see. Said Kendrick was to be the next big gatekeeper. This is what it feels like, and somebody wants to keep him from being able to get in that position, and they're buying themselves time. What they don't know is that the people behind the scenes, not even the ones that they usually report to, but the ones that the people that they report to are already deactivating them as we speak. So your seat at the table is not even really a seat at the table anymore. They just haven't told you yet. You're on your way down. You're on your way out. Doing this is not going to help you. Next year is going to be the year that you're going to be prepared to end up like your buddy. So let's see. There was a question. Let me go back. Hey, Princess Pool. Will the smear campaign work? Will the smear campaign work? You got a truth card here, and you got a 10 of swords. It's like the ultimate betrayal. Y'all, this is dirty. I mean, when I say willing to win at all costs, nothing's off the table. The world, a truth that will end a cycle. Who is this going to end the cycle for? Hold on. Okay, that's a lot of cards, y'all. I need y'all to break it down, make it a little more simpler for me. Who is going to have the cycle end for them? Death in reverse. This is actually going to be a rebirth for him. He's already being reborn spiritually, tapping into the next version of himself. This is going to backfire. Look at that. Look what actually does end up coming into fruition. You see this moon? The secrets are going to come out about the King of Wands. See what I told y'all? He's already being deactivated and he don't even know it. He doesn't get to pick who sits at the table next. He didn't even get to pick to sit at the table. He was appointed. You cannot block who they want to take a seat. They will take your seat and give it to the next person. Yeah. Heavy anxiety for this emperor. See, he knows. He knows. Would you say? Yeah. He's got to pass the mic. He doesn't want to pass the mic. He doesn't want his turn to be over. Wish fulfillment, the wounded warrior. Everything that you want for Kendrick will soon be what will happen to you. Lord, have mercy. You said push through Kendrick. They see Pebble Nation is a damaged commodity. I feel like K-Dot is so spiritual to attach himself with Camel, whatever they may promise him. I wish that he knows that it's not worth it. Well, it looks like this is not the grand scheme of things. This looks like overall it's not going to work for the long haul, because whatever this is that ends up coming out on him, something else is going to come out on y'all people, okay? Y'all person. he don't even see this coming. I don't know what makes him think. Yeah, this is the same energy as the Diddler, the same energy as Drake. They do not understand that they are not the ones that control who gets to seat at the table. They don't get that. Thinking more highly of yourself than you should. Yeah, his wish fulfillment is to bring a rest to the Gemini, the lovers. That's his wish fulfillment. If I can't control the narrative, I can't control the situation, I'll end you. Yeah, walking away from this person because this person betrayed you. There's something going on between the both of them. And there's a truth that came out between the both of them that is going to cause Kendrick to walk away from him anyway. And what's meant to end Kendrick will end up turning into temperance, balance through a new beginning, because he's a magi. Okay, the magician is someone who can manifest out of thin air. You can't stop a person whose creativity can manifest from nothing. And I mean, literally, death in reverse and temperance. That's practically the same energy. That is 2 cards of rebirth and renewal. King of Pentacles. This was all for somebody to literally put themselves back in the position of being back on top. You got the Empress here. like I told y'all before, the Empress brings things into fruition. Okay? The Moon. There's a lot of feminine energy at play when it comes to Kendrick. He's very off into, you know, accessing and using feminine energy. Yeah, now it's like he realizes what he invested in to get this larger coin, and it's causing him anxiety. Like I said, he realized he made a deal with the devil. So right now, the wish fulfillment is for him to keep his cards close to his chest, to be quiet, not to let it be known how he feels. Um, Pretty much keep a poker face. But the King of Cups also represents the high intuition as well. So he's balancing out his masculine and feminine energy. And even if he has to take a rest or a break, it's only going to help him to go in a new direction. And he's going to come back and manifest all over again. Y'all, this is the epitome of all money ain't good money. Every opportunity is not your opportunity. I said, I wonder how Punch feels about Kendrick going with Camel. Said he might as well keep that album for himself. The album is still going to flop without payola. Here's the thing. Jay-Z is one of the top names in the game, okay? He definitely has a group that loves what he does. The question is, will it be enough to get him the placement that he wants? Because the way things work now, it takes a lot of politics and a lot of maneuvering. And it's like the energy is not working the way that it used to. And we saw that with the Cowboy Carter album, that people are just not buying into the image as they did before. So I don't see it as a flop, but I definitely don't see the momentum that he used to have. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Said that dark feminine energy will definitely drag you through the fire for sure, but you come out so much better on the other side. True transformation. Yeah, it's a lot of feminine energy here. Said he'll never get that placement without cheating. Up, says scary ass running case. The judges start dropping cases and oh yeah. Said the veil is being removed. Said, did you see the Forbes released the top 50 rappers, and Camel was #1 and Kendrick was #2, Wayne was #3. I'm going to say, in my opinion, that was completely bought and paid for. There has never been a year, and I want y'all to check the stats yourself. There has never been a year that Camel has ever had the #1 album coming straight out the gate. He's been outsold every single year. So how did he make it to #1? How did he make it to #1? Whoever wrote that at Forbes ought to be ashamed of their damn self. And this is not about female artists, male artists. He has never dropped a #1 album in the history of his career. That's propaganda at its worst. Somebody like me, you can't play with me like that because I go back with hip hop, golden era, backpack, back when he was with Jazzo and he was doing the Iggity as his style and he was carrying crates and Hawaiian Sophie. I remember you, sir. You never had that placement. So how did you become number one with Forbes? We're talking about as a musician, as a rapper. When? If that wasn't a contrived list, I don't know what it was. It feels like that was put together because you had to find some kind of way to give Wayne his flowers and get, some kind of fanfare going for Kendrick because he's about to do Super Bowl. But you couldn't let them have their fanfare without putting yourself in front and finagling and maneuvering. See, a lot of people in this generation, depending on what age they are, they don't know the numbers. They have no idea what the stats were in the 90s up until now. I remember when you dropped your first album. You weren't number one on that one or the ones after that. He's lost to Eminem. He's lost to Nelly. He's lost to Lil Wayne. He's lost to DMX. When did you become number one? Yeah, he lost to 50 too. Thank you for reminding me. 50 came out the gate swinging. You're right. So when did you come number one? Forbes, stop it. This is just as ridiculous as when they had to come back and admit that Kylie's tax returns and her numbers were not accurate, and they had to admit that they reported false numbers for her net worth. And what's going to be crazy is they won't tell the truth about those numbers until he starts to slide in his popularity and they start to shame him and those legal troubles catch up. Then they are going to go back through all those numbers and people are going to be like, what? I didn't know that. What was his placement? Man, oh man. I don't know who wrote the article. Yes, and he lost to Nas. Thank you. Yeah, I remember after Ether came out, he did an interview with Angie Martinez on the radio. And he sounded choked up in that interview to the point to where Angie had to ask him if he was okay. Because Ether hit him harder than he expected. So it's like, sir, come on now. You can't rewrite history. You're good at what you do. You sell. You've had high, tour numbers. But you cannot rewrite history. And let's remember, part of his tour numbers were as high as they were because he also toured with his wife. You said that's why he did that silly move, the Book of Clarence, to show that he moves with tricks and cheats. The Book of Clarence was a very, very, very spiritually irresponsible move for him because it set him up for a downfall. You cannot blaspheme God and play in his face. God will not allow it. Said he's not even top 5 most lyrically based, only of New York rappers. When I think of New York rappers, you got Rakim Allah, you got, KRS-One, you had Big L, you had Notorious Big, you had Nas. So I still see people that are over him when it comes to the top 5 out of New York. But that's my opinion. And said numbers don't lie. Apparently Forbes does. Forbes is lying like hell. And it's funny because he's the one that said men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Look at that. Baby, these numbers is tootsie rolling and they lying like a motherfucker. They lying for real. Yeah, I said Craig Mack definitely better than Camel. I mean, hey, Papoose. Papoose was never given a chance to actually get out the gate like he should have had, but he definitely can't do nothing with Papoose. Papoose is a beast, for sure. Said Forbes can be bought and paid for. It feels like it. Said lyrics wise, Nas, Jadakiss, Nicki, Rakim, Slick Rick are miles ahead. I see a Lupe. Said I remember when Cameron called him a Biggie reciter. Yeah, said it is definitely way more than that I listed. Said baby if Camel was to battle Jadakiss, he'd lose horribly. Yeah. I mean, DMX, if DMX was still alive, there's so many. You know, when Big Pun was alive, Cuban Links, like New York got some dope MCs, and a lot of them he could not go toe to toe with, and that's just facts. That's facts. Said Jadakiss laugh can out rap Camel Face. Not his laugh. Woo. Woo. Said even Foxy. Baby, listen, Foxy turned him up. If you look at the first song that they did for the Nutty Professor to Big Bad Mama, look at how he went, even from the video, how it looked like he went from ashy to classy. Foxy turned him up. Can't nobody tell me no different. He was more appealing after he was seen with Foxy. Said, I think Camel was responsible for Prodigy's demise too. That's interesting. I mean, there's so many others that I would pick out of New York before I pick him. And that's not to say that he can't rap. It's just that he's been put on a certain level by certain people. And I don't think it was the actual people of New York. I think it was the corporate hands that were running the music in New York. But that's my opinion. I don't think I would ever see him in a cipher and come out of that cipher on top. I don't see it. Not straight off the dome, not with anything that's not pre-written. I don't see it. Said he is no one's number one ever. Up, you just said what was on my mind, Samantha. Said even Remy Ma had better bars. People that don't know Remy as a battle rapper, they may not understand where you're coming from, but Remy and Papoose, whoo. I hate the way she did Papoose, but that's a whole nother topic. Sweetie, it's not even my settings. I'm just happy that they're not still dropping my lives. It's crazy. It's I use two different phones, like brand new phone. Here we go. The live that I did on Monday, brand new phone. That live had all types of interruptions. If all they doing is blurring my screen, I'll take it. Because we have way more happen when it comes to them freezing me, dropping me. Hell, we had a new one that I've never even seen before on Monday. Y'all said y'all saw flashes of light. How that happened, I'll never know. You said you're right. Said Camel kind of looks like Where's My Hug Attitude in the 90s. Oh my God. Said the guy who wrote the useless Forbes article is Zach O'Malley Greenberg. Well, Zach needs to go sit in the corner somewhere and rethink about his life because he definitely was playing in our face. Said Remy had a strong hold on the rap battle scene, and I love how she took down Lady Luck. And see that, listen, the battle with her and Lady Luck was when I say battle royale, that was not an easy win. That was definitely not an easy win. Both of those ladies came hard and they battled in the street under the street light in the middle of the night. That was one of the coldest battles ever in New York hip hop history. So yeah, for sure. Lady Luck is a beast too. Said yes. Said promoters. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. Said promoters back in the day didn't want to book Jay by himself. They didn't want him without Foxy. He was mad about that because Foxy turned him up. Hey, Angel B, my other angel. Said in New York we know he's the real snake, but now he's gave it to Henny to swallow her up. Oop, allegedly. Said right because during the personal readings it's clear. Right. I'm glad that you said that. You get a personal reading from me. If I send you a link through like Google or Zoom, nothing ever happens with the phone. It's clear, it's perfect. It's only when I get on here, and then it depends on what I say. Certain things I say, boom, everything happens with the live. It's like everything just goes crazy. You said my voice is crystal clear. I think it's a bit the rate issue. Honey, on Monday they couldn't even hear me. I was freezing and I was literally like my voice, the sound, they cut the sound. You could hear the other person that I was on the live with and you couldn't hear me at all. So I'm just gonna take what I can get at this point because somebody is allowing me to, just come on here and do what I do today. So if that's the one thing they do to me today, so be it. Oh, said they only be messing with their lives. Yeah, it's crazy. You said Millie was talking uh, to herself on that live. Right. They completely blotted me out my own live and had my visitor who was on my link still talking, and you couldn't see or hear me, or you could see me and couldn't hear me. It was crazy. Yep, said never had a issue with members. Right. I do my members lives on Thursday. Members live never have a problem. It's only when I go live to the general public. But I will say, whoever the man is from Forbes, sir, you full of it. Matter of fact, we're gonna read your energy. We're gonna read your energy. What was what was your energy behind this article? What's the energy behind this article? What's the energy behind this article? Forbes article. What's the energy behind the article? Woo! Y'all look. Two of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. If that don't say in bed with somebody for life, okay? Two of Cups is like, like a soulmate energy, a synergy, perfect relationship, Hierophant with the powers that be. Making sure you do what you need to do by this Emperor. This person is, they're hoping that this will bring stability to their career, that this will change their career, put them in the stratosphere. Up. Here we go, y'all. 5 of Pentacles. People are not going to take this writer serious, y'all. This is actually going to backfire on him. Wounded warrior. So it feels like the conversation is going to be quite similar to what we're having right now. Yeah, Two of Swords. So y'all, turn and burn, okay? Let that be the terminology. Turn and burn. The secret right here, they're going to eventually cut ties with this person because it didn't help the family. Yeah, in and out with this arrangement here, this collaboration. So they may go back and forth with him, have him to do little, you know, puff pieces here and there, but it's not going to help him the way he thought it would. Yeah. Five of Wands and Judgment. He's going to receive pushback, and they're going to kind of like fall back and step away from him and leave him out in the cold. Was like, well, that was his opinion, and he wrote from his vantage point. We appreciate him in his vantage point. We didn't make him write that. Man, that's messed up. People won't agree with them, and they're going to step away from him like we didn't have anything to do with him writing that article. I tell you, it pays to just have integrity. So should we tap into why they mess with your lives? Ah! You know what? For shits and giggles, why not? Why do they mess with my lives? We're going to do the Path of Oracles. Oh, man. Anybody that got your cards at home, read along. Why do they mess with my lives? Well, apparently, y'all look at this. This is hilarious. Perseverance and furious. So somebody's mad that I just keep going. They want me to quit. Oh, it looks like eventually they know that this is going to, you know, be a long running thing for me. It's going to be a good thing. You said use the petty cards. Oh, man. Overloaded. Okay. So it's like they're trying to complicate things for me, you know, overload me with, you know, all these complications, slow me down so I'll quit. Oh, Lord. Who's stressed about sending me this type of energy? Are you stressed because it's not working? Oh, no. Endorsement and conflict. So somebody feels conflicted because they feel like somebody may be, look at this, somebody may be possibly, you know, making it easier for me to do this. I promise you they're not. Nobody yet has appreciated me enough to pay me for my readings and opinions to come on YouTube and sway me one way or the other. It hasn't happened, I promise you. And being that this is coming behind the curse card, it's like they're trying to stop someone from being able to work with me through conflict. Oh, good luck with that, baby. I'm a fighter. Okay, we got a vow here. Oh, who took a vow to try to block me? Oh, baby. Yeah, they vowed to bully me because they want me to compromise. I don't have it in me. What'd you say? Are they suspecting Nikki? Nikki ain't contacted me. I don't even think she knows about me. But hey, girl, hey. I have never heard from her a day in my life. Okay, so here it is. Idea. Who has an idea? The other ideas ain't working. So let's see what else you're thinking about. So y'all right. They are thinking that somebody is possibly trying to pay me to compromise, what it is that I do. I promise you. No, they haven't. I got my same regular ass money. Now, if you want to speak it into existence, baby, come on, universe. I'm still not going to compromise who I am and what I believe in, but I will take tips. Why is it so hard to believe that somebody can be honest and spiritual at the same time? I do not know. Oh, so here it is. They daydream about how to how to slow me down. But the thing is, it's like, I guess this is a problem that I persevere. I just keep going. Did they not come on my live and listen to the story that I told y'all about when they put me out of detention because I made detention fun? They didn't even know what to do with me back then. So they want to make me just a memory. They want me to go away. But here's the thing, real estate and overloaded. So pretty much I've solidified my space, y'all. Real estate means that you're locked in. Thank you for asking me why they mess with my lives. So we got curse, promise, and third wheel. That is so crazy. They feel like I'm working for somebody else and they're trying to break up whatever this is that I'm doing, working for somebody else. If you want to know who I'm working for, Yahweh, God, okay? That's who I work for. I work for God. Yeah, endorsement and coach. Y'all, they really believe that somebody is putting me up to this. Nobody has put me up to anything. Vow, hesitation. So now, look at this, hesitation and aid. So they took a vow to bully me, but now they're hesitating. They don't know how to go about this. You should just stop, because the harder you push, the harder I push back. So whoever this is going to say them bullying me is an accident. How? How? How is it an accident? So you got savings here. They're trying to figure out how I make my money, y'all. I just said I work for God. He takes care of his child. But you got luck and you got friends. And what they don't understand is people genuinely have love for what I do. And I genuinely love what I do. And this is what's blowing their mind. It's like, wait a minute. She really is actually doing this for the love. Yes, I am. Nobody has paid me anything. I promise you. Now, I do private readings. And some of you in my chat, you have had private readings with me. That's all it is to it. I come on here every week. I go live and I do private readings. There's no secret. I don't know why it's so complicated to believe. I'm not working for anybody. There is no one in the industry paying me anything. If anything, honey, they pay me dust. They ain't gave me not a nickel at all. And sending me bad luck, it ain't gonna do nothing but return to you, because I energetically cleanse and I pray all day, every day. So whatever you send me will come back to you times 10. So thank you for the question. You know, why do they mess with my lives? Apparently, that's why. Allegedly. Oh my God. You said it, yes, and she will read you down. Y'all. You said they're mad about Tori. Well, they might as well get over it. Like I said, I work for God. What can you do? You gonna be mad at God? That's who gave me my gift. I don't know what you gonna do about that. Go to customer service and see if God shows up to take your complaint. You said from the cards I have, I got the Eight of Wands reverse, Strength upright, the Empress reverse, the Tower reverse, the Moon reverse, Justice reverse. Ooh wee. Yeah, they want to slow down my momentum. They want to stop me from being able to move forward. They want to dethrone me, possibly get me off of here. But it's going to blow up in their face. Tower reverse means that I will literally conquer and rise above everything that they call themselves doing to me. The secrets will get out. And like I said, that justice reverse, everything that they sent to me will go back to them. It's like, why? Why do that to yourself? So as you were reading, there was a steady noise, and as soon as you stopped, the noise stopped. See what I mean? They want me to be quiet. Said, I can't wait until you answer my email for a reading. I'm ready. Tell me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Baby, you got it. Said, IT is clear when you close. See what I mean? It's foolishness. Said, did we already talk about Joe Budden saying that Wayne allegedly getting into the studio to write a disc? Yes, I already tapped into that, and we read on the energy. Who is this talking about scammer? Why are you here wasting your life, Sean? Why are you watching a scammer, Sean? That's the one word they taught you in kindergarten? That's all you got? You're saving innocent people. You're not saving smart people. I tell you that. Saving innocent people from what? Baby, I don't have to scam. The fact that you're here and you call yourself waving in the middle of the street, you're actually adding to my engagement. Every time you speak in my chat, it pushes me in the algorithm. I agree that you need to be saved. You need to save those last 3 brain cells that you have, because I smell them sizzling. He said, from noise to bots, they're busy tonight. Yeah, they are. Bot Nation. Oh, thank you. He said, let's push you up, Auntie. Listen, you smell chicken? Yes, it's your chicken ass that you smelling. Why are you here, Sean? Why can't you just enjoy yourself like everybody else? You've probably been unliked and unloved your whole life. That's why you're here trying to make all the nuisance you can make, because nobody has ever paid you any piece of attention. Would you like a hug? Would you like somebody to put X's and O's in the chat so you can finally get some love? Is that what you're looking for? Because every time you comment, you're pushing me into the algorithm. Y'all, they can't even afford the good trolls. Like, I'm not even getting trolls with decent remarks. Like, if you're going to come for me, at least say something that actually hits. So you probably poke so many dogs in the eyes trying to pet them. You tried. I'll give you credit. You tried. You were better than Sean, the other Sean. Said, can you click on his name and see what he's about? He's about absolutely nothing. Yeah, Sean does need attention. That's why I asked that he need X's and O's to be put in the chat so he can finally get some hugs and kisses. You said, I love how fabulously unbothered you are. I mean, if you gonna come for me, at least be funny. Be funny. That wasn't funny. Hey, Frosty. I told y'all I got put out of detention. I made detention fun. So at least you gonna come. You know, come straight down the middle. Be funny. Actually come at me with something for real. Talking about some you here to save somebody. Save them from what? A prayer, some blessings? We wish everybody well over here. We don't wish any negativity on people. Anything y'all want me to tap into? Sean, I need you to learn how to roast because that's stupid. Said, I know you can't sneeze or else you'll poke out an eye. You don't need your nail to sneeze. I want you to realize how anatomy works so when you play the dozens, you could say something that makes sense. Now, you would have actually hit a little bit harder if you say, I know you can't, clean your nose without poking yourself in the brain or something. I don't need a nail to sneeze. You are exactly what I meant when I say crayon eater. Said, we checked if Lotto is actually pregnant. We stay on our side of the street, don't bother anyone. Right, we don't even bother nobody. Like, why are you here? Okay, now that's better, Sean. You said you could pick a booger from 30 feet distance. That's better. You tried better with that one. I'm going to give you a little credit. It's like a dad joke, but it's not getting it all the way home, but it's better. I appreciate you actually trying to accomplish a real joke doing the dozens. You tried that time. It felt better. See how I can encourage you? I want you to be the best version of your low vibrational self. You getting better at it. Said, not Angel out here guiding the trolls and bots to get better. Yes. If you gonna come for me, come for me. The police need to hire you instead of spike strips. Okay, you tried. You tried. It's a little cute. I got a 3-year-old niece that can really come harder than you, but I'm gonna work with you to help you so that you can be better next week. Because I expect more of you. We are successful over here. If you're gonna troll me, you're gonna be a successful troll. I'm gonna help you, get your weight up trolling. Said Blueface and Krishan really married. We tapped into that on Monday. I don't want to touch them no more. So why is Ariana Grande and that Cynthia girl keep crying at the interviews? I haven't seen them crying in the interviews, but I've definitely been worried about how skeletally thin they're becoming. Said, I bet you're the MVP of bubble popping. Yes, I popped your bubble when you came on this live. You are absolutely right. See how you're getting better at this? Said Angel, you were right again. The cards got on the live talking about her finances. Oh, you said Cardi got on the live talking about her finances and that the money is drying up due to reckless spending. Oh, wow. That's wow. Said we've had funnier trolls, Sean. Yes, we have, but that's okay. We're gonna work with Sean. If he's gonna be a part of our family and come over here and troll me every week, he's got to step his cookies up. We're gonna help him, get better at this. He's trying though. He's increasing. Said I missed it on Monday. Baby, they cut and splice that live so bad. It was parts that you couldn't hear, parts that you couldn't see, flashing lights. It was ridiculous. Yeah, they look unhealthy. It's nothing wrong with being thin, but they look unhealthy. Said only person that can give a, what is that? Give a bear a belly scratch in a safe distance. Okay, that one didn't really hit as well, but keep on trying, Sean. I believe in you. Bitches dial Anna, not period, helping the mentally delayed. Oh, say Auntie, I just jumped on your live today. Oh my, your energy is beautiful. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Oh goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh. I mean, Sean is doing better than the person that came on here last week and said that they were gonna play with my feet. So he's already ahead of them. He's getting better. I know wiping your butt is not a good experience. See, Sean, I was trying to coach you in the right direction, and now you've fallen off. You have run out of good material. Alicia, I've tried to help everybody, even the low vibrational. I mean, I come from a family that plays the dozens better than anybody else. I used to manage comedians, so I could take a joke. All I just need him to do is make it funny. I'm waiting for it to be funny. I know he has it in him. Says, since when do bots have voices to go back and forth? Just enjoy the show before she reads you. Oh, see, he don't know that I read trolls. He has no idea. I did read a troll on here. And for everybody who was on here when I read that troll, did that troll ever once say that I lied? That troll got quiet and he never said that I lied. Let's see. Kai Cenat set up? What happened with Kai? Said that's free money. IT is weird, but hey, a foot pick was sale. I told him if he was talking about my feet, he should at least tip me $5 a foot instead of talking about he's gonna play with my feet. Said Cardi was just doing way too much. Hold on, she was just doing way too much, talking about all of her business. Then she gets mad when people speak on it. Will stop telling your business. Like, why would you spend $2 million to shop? Wow. Said I feel like he's at Nefertiti's that could have been horrible. Said that troll hasn't came back either. No, he hasn't. He was actually shocked that I read his energy and pulled the truth. Like, oh shoot, she really do this. Oh, said that finger point has an exclamation mark behind it. Okay, Sean, I'm gonna stop coaching you because it looks like you have burnt out for the evening. But I will see you here next Wednesday, okay? You meet me here every Wednesday and I'm gonna coach you through this because I believe in you and I know you can do it. Okay? You're not where you need to be as a troll, but I can help get you there. Said why Metro and Future was backtracking like last week, or something saying that there's no beef with Drake and they're obvious. You know what? That's an interesting thing to tap into. Said, I wonder about Kai Cenat because he's around a lot of industry people. Well, he's definitely being positioned to you know, be around those industry people. But I'm trying to figure out from y'all what happened to him because I don't know about how he could be set up because I don't watch Kai like that unless he comes across the algorithm. Someone did a magic trick on his live and pretended to oh my god, unalive themselves. Oh, that's not cool. I bet you can turn your lights off from bed. Okay, you tried a little bit with that one. It sad thing is my lamp is right next to my bed, so I don't need my nails. I can just reach over and. But you tried. That's better. Said the live was very disturbing, and now they're calling for them to cancel Kai. Sexy Red was also on there acting trashy. Wow. Said I'm currently line editing 150K book, falling out laughing. Are you asking me to read the troll? Edward's sister hands. Now I like that one. Edward's sister hands. Okay. Okay, that was cute. He invited a magician to do a trick, and Sexy was there a hung a white guy. Oh no. No, no, no. That that definitely feels like a setup. Let me stop entertaining Sean, even though this is like really, really like causing me to giggles. Sean, I'm gonna be back, okay? I'm about to read Kai Cenat's energy. You stay here in the chat because I'm gonna come back to finish coaching you. Okay, let's tap into this Kai Cenat energy. Said, can you read over the... Okay, I guess that's supposed to be Kai because it says Kia. Yeah, I'm going to read the Kai Cenat energy. Because it's like, why would you want to do a trick like that on his live when you know that could possibly go against the guidelines of the app, which could literally, you know, possibly cause him issues with even being able to work. Hold on, let me anoint my hands because I feel some shenanigans coming. Whew, show me the energy around Kai Cenat. Was this a setup? Show me the energy around Kai Cenat. Was this a setup? Okay, so somebody definitely wanted to bring an end to a cycle for him, but it looks like he's going to push through this negative situation and he's going to get through this. Now you got the Queen of Wands here, Five of Swords. It's like somebody wanted there to be, you know, chaos and conflict between not just him and his streaming, but like him and his guest as well. And this, y'all, this was a wish fulfillment to bring, you know, what was like an unsurmountable, burden upon him, something that he couldn't come back from. Because he's the king of coins. He's the top at what he does. Somebody wants to knock him off his pedestal. They want to end his reign as the top streamer. Yeah. Top streamer makes the most money. Somebody literally is trying to bring him down. Possibly cause him to be investigated. The Palace of Swords. Yeah, definitely an overlay for an underplay. Seven of Swords, very sneaky, underhanded energy. Why though? Where is this coming from? This is a person who's very high on the food chain, possibly somebody that works in the industry who wants to bring burdens to him. Who is this person that's high up in the industry? Why would they want this to happen to him? Yeah, they literally want him to fall from grace. Somebody even is willing to go as far as to cause him legal problems that can have him investigated by higher level law enforcement, if not go to jail. And they're considering their options on how to do this. Man, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Okay, so they want to offer him or counter offer him something. Yeah, they meant to bring conflict. They wanted people to be argumentative towards him, to, speak against him, be defensive towards him. Yeah, he's definitely got people in high places that are plotting against him because of his influence, the money he makes. Somebody does not like him having the hold that he has, the influence. But I see him pushing through. I see him pushing through towards victory. So he is going to overcome this. But it looks like someone at the top is literally trying to cause him a tower. This was meant to come out of nowhere, something that he wouldn't see coming. So, Kai, I know you don't watch me and you probably never heard of me a day in your life, but I would suggest from here on out, you tighten up your ship. You get some contracts, you vet people on what it is that they're going to say and do before they get on your show. That way you have stipulations and rules that they have to follow, and if they break protocol, it is on them and not you. You got to run your ship like a business now. It can't be as open and as comfortable as you've been running it, and which is messed up, because that's why people like you so much. But you're going to have to get a really good lawyer to draft up some contracts before people come on your show, so that they cannot put you in a position to make you lose your position as the top streamer on the internet. Somebody wants him out of that seat. They feel like he became too powerful. His voice is too important. They want to silence him because he's getting to the point to where they can't control his narrative. So since they can't control it, they will knock him out of position. And I'm not surprised though, because remember, there was a certain person that was trying to run for office and he turned that person down because he felt like he was not fit to, bring that type of energy on his show. He didn't know enough about politics, so he refused. And now somebody's putting him in a position to where high-end officials can come in and investigate him. So if y'all can kind of put that together, but I see him moving past this. He's just gonna run it. He's gonna have to run his ship a lot tighter, because I do feel like they will try it again if he doesn't, you know, change the way that he organizes things and the way that he has people on his show. And that's so messed up, because the reason why his show feels the way it feels, because it's like natural, organic type exchanges. That's why people watch him. They don't watch him to see those stiff type interviews. They watch him because it's a natural interaction. Like, what other show could you watch with Chris Brown sitting there feeding his face and a robot, you know, you got a robot falling and sliding down the wall and laying across the floor. Like, that was absolutely hilarious. You couldn't have possibly made that moment up if you tried. Yes, that it also came out today that the same politician wanted to go on the show, Hot Ones, and they turned them down for the same reason. Feels very vindictive and spiteful, if you ask me. That young man is making a way out of no way, and he's building his platform organically. He has the right to not want to be involved in certain things. He doesn't have to be. So weed smokers and alcoholics, we meet again. I don't know who all you're looking for, but alcoholics go to meetings, and at those meetings you can't drink. So I don't go to those kinds of meetings. I said, the better you do, the more they come to hate. Yeah. Said Kai has a good heart, and I hope he can weather through whatever trials come his way. I mean, I see him being able to do it. He's just going to have to be more efficient in how he runs his show and be very particular with the, you know, he's going to have to just start doing contracts for sure. Said, who's connected to the magician Max? Good question. Said, anyone getting crunchy audio? See that? There they go, messing with my sound again. Have a good night. Let's see. Although his viewership is for the youngins, I'm 40 and find him hilarious. No one is doing it like him. He's innovative. Yeah, he is. He really is. And I wish him well, because, I mean, he's not hurting anybody. He's not bothering anybody at all. Let that young man be great. Said, did Camel send Ray J to Nikki? Let's see. I tell you what, if he did send them over there, that exchange they had recently almost made me spit out my breakfast. I have not laughed that hard in a very long time. When he sat up there and told Nikki, I haven't been attractive in a long time, and her response was, Ray, you are ugly, but you need to have, you need to have better self-esteem. Ugly people can do things too. Y'all, that took me out. I said, oh my God. The sheer look of surprise on his face, where he had to recalibrate, like, did she just agree that I'm ugly? Oh, that literally had me laughing for a good 20 minutes straight. I rewatched it and rewatched it and rewatched it, and it never stopped being funny. like you signed up to go over there for that foolishness. So hey, great entertainment as far as I'm concerned. Oh, who sent Ray J over there? Who sent Ray J over there? I'm gonna rewatch that tonight. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Had the deck backwards, laughing at him, and I had my deck had my deck backwards. Ooh. Okay. So he knows he has to face judgment to deal with her because opportunities come out of this. So he's literally putting his face to the fire on purpose to trend so that he can so that he can get and stay in the algorithm. He knows Nikki is the winning ticket. Yeah, he knew he signed up for going over there to have her line him up. Queen of Swords. He knew it. But here's what's funny, y'all. Look. He genuinely was heartbroken. Like, I can't believe she said I can't believe she said that to me. Oh my God. He really was hurt for real. Oh. Oh, you said, Auntie, do we have any way to play some background music, not loud, just for your mic to fix the dead air? No, baby, they not gonna come over here trying to take, whatever $6 I make off of this live, because they will flag my video for music. So it I'm gonna go through it the best I can. This is the least that I've had happen in a live in a long time. I apologize for sound issues, but they actually are being nice to me tonight, considering how they did me on Monday. Monday, they threw everything in the kitchen sink at me. How in the world do you have flashes on a live? They had my live looking like somebody had the camera flashing in the live towards people. We couldn't see the live, but everybody else could. I have no idea. Yeah. So here it is. You got the fool here. He jumped into this position to get the opportunity out of it to trend. And he even considered going back and forth with her, but he knew better. So he knew that this choice was toxic. He knew that she was going to cut into him, but he did it anyway because it's good marketing. Here's the funny thing, though. He actually ended up in his feelings, 5 of Cups. It's like he regrets it, but then he knows that it helps to push him in the algorithm. So let's just remember that, he has this network that he's pushing. So every time he gets on live with Nikki, it pushes him, which pushes his app, which pushes him in the algorithm. So he signs up for this abuse. 5 of Swords and the Moon. So, yeah, that's the secret behind this conflict. It's really a wish fulfillment, y'all. It's a wish fulfillment. He does this on purpose. He does it on purpose. It's great marketing. 6, what I tell you, it makes him a lot of money. 4 of Pentacles, this makes him money. He does this solely for the fact that he knows every time he talks to Nikki, it's good for his pockets. That's all this is. Ain't nobody sending him over here to look crazy. This is his own idea. Y'all remember when he was in Love and Hip Hop and he had that scene where they kept cutting and editing and the hat was in a different spot every time they showed him? Like, they showed him 6 different times. The hat was... The hat was here, and then it was here, and then it was here. He's doing this on purpose. them bag, to get stability out of this. This is nothing more than marketing. It's actually pure genius because he knows every time Nikki cuts into him, he goes viral. And if that clip goes viral, then it causes traction to his site and his money. So he's going to keep letting Nikki play in his face. And he going to keep going over there saying crazy stuff to her because it's good for his pockets. Oh, he loves her. He loves it. But it's like, okay, I think I might need to lay this to rest because, I don't know. I don't know how far I can go with this before she finally says something to me that hit a little deeper than it's supposed to. But this is all this is. This is marketing. This is PR genius at work. That's it, and that's all. Oh man, she tells him he wants attention bad. He does, because it pays off. It makes some great money. Man, would you tell him that hat went would you say 20 different ways? I couldn't even get it out. That was one of the funniest moments in Love and Hip Hop. Outside of Safari at that barbecue and everybody was arguing, and he was literally like he was at a tennis game, like those two are goofballs that know how to keep the algorithm going. That's all this is. He's using it for marketing and PR. That's it, and that's all. Ain't nobody sending him over there to embarrass himself. This looks like this is his own damn idea. Oh my God. I'm watching it again tonight. Because what she said to him I'm telling you, I almost literally wasted my breakfast. I laughed that hard. Said, do you do any other types of readings? How deep do you go? I do a whole lot of types of readings. I do cold cases. I've done an FBI case. I do mediumship. I help you to do ancestral readings where I tap into, your bloodline with your permission. Like what I do on here is just like I play around. I go way deep in depth when you get a personal reading. So yeah, this is just for fun. This only scratches the surface of what I do. It said, hey Angel, hello chat. Hey Tanya. You're never late. You got here at the right time. Whatever time you get here is the right time for you. I thank you for pulling up. Yeah, I do way in depth readings. My channel actually started with crime investigation, and it got a little deep to the point to where the people that I was reading was really taking it personal because I was digging really deep into it and pulling stuff that no one else was pulling. So, I decided to kind of, switch up a little bit and go off into the celebrity readings. And that's how y'all got me here on Wednesdays. I started off doing crime investigation. Oh, thank you, Taylor. I appreciate you. She said your readings are the truth. Yeah, this is just for fun. This is literally just the tip of the iceberg of what I can do. Said, is Trump safe until January, or will there be a war? I wouldn't say that Trump is safe, but as far as war, a lot of the different countries now are willing to sit down and go to negotiations and step away from war now. So it's looking better on that front. Oh, thank you, Princess Pooh. Said, yes, get your reading from her. When I first started watching her channel, I knew I wanted to get a reading from her. I was just waiting. I appreciate y'all. Said, I like the live Nikki did with Cleopatra and the advice she gave her. I didn't get a chance to watch that live, but like the part that I saw where Cleo was so excited and she was crying, it was just like, oh. So Angel, peeled my scalp back with my personal reading, but it was nothing but the truth and very enlightening, and I enjoyed it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Taylor said, will you ever do cold cases again? Whenever someone contacts me, yes. As far as for this channel, I would have to be led to, because y'all, when I tell you, people get really sensitive and they want to find you and all type of stuff. Like, how did you know that? And you know that I get. For those of you who haven't had a personal reading from me, my mediumship goes so deep, I can even tell you if the person that I'm reading on has body odor. Okay. And that's not a joke. I literally can tell you that. So, Angel, can you tap in on the lady Aunt D and her girls? Is she using them, or are they just having fun? Aunt D, who's Aunt D, sweetheart? Y'all gotta help me, because I don't watch TV like that. I keep up with what's in the algorithm on YouTube, and I read the energy. We even laughed at this on Monday. Like, I don't know where the Uno cards went, but I pulled Uno cards out and used them as clarifiers for Blueface, and told y'all that he would have 4 to 6 more years when everybody thought that he was going to get out in July. And when it came time for him to go to court for that last hearing for his release, he caught another case and they offered him another 4 years. So I am in debt. Bria, I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. I promise you. I don't want to say no names, but if you had a reading from me and I told you about somebody and they body odor, feel free to put it down in the chat. I'm not going to say anybody names, though. You said, sorry, I didn't know how else to address you. Oh, no apologies, sweetheart. You just asked me a question and I answered you. No apologies necessary. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Somebody just tried to, throw a line at me with Pokemon. That is hilarious. Oh, said girl, if you was a Pokemon, best believe I'm catching you with my master ball. Oh. Okay, you said she has 2 girls that are autistic on YouTube. I'm not familiar with who she is. I am so not familiar with who she is. My apologies. I'm not up to date on that person. Like, I got to get back into the algorithm. Thank you to all of you. Like, my personals are really, really increasing. So I spend most of my day doing video personal readings now. And y'all, listen, don't be surprised if you book a reading with me and music is a large part of the reading, because I channel a lot of music in my personal readings. Like, I might rap, I might sing. We gonna pray, because I don't do any tap-ins without praying. We definitely will, giggle and have a good time, but I'm gonna get you the information you need. Hey, DS Raven, how are you, beautiful? Lord have mercy. Where did my troller go? I told him I was going to come back and meet him in the chat. We were going to help him be a better roaster. Said, I wish we could do a reading tomorrow. I know it's the holiday, though. I ain't going to nobody's house. As far as I know, email me. I might find some availability. Email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. Let's see what we can do. Said, I hope everyone enjoys their family tomorrow and eats something for me. So we all play and pray differently, but we do. Said, was you cooking for Thanksgiving? I'm sleeping in. I ain't going to nobody's house. Y'all, I cook a lot. So I'm not a person that celebrates Thanksgiving. It's not for me. But I am a person, like, if I was to go to somebody's house, I would definitely cook like a big dish. Like, anybody knows me that, in my personal life, I'll bring a huge, big old restaurant size roaster or whatever you ask for. But no, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. The energy behind Thanksgiving is really, really wicked. I don't knock anybody that does. I just don't. Said, are those the girl who Jonathan did their hair for a prom or something? Oh, see, I'm definitely out of the loop. I don't know anything about those girls or that lady. I have to look into them. I'm sorry, station head. I have been ignoring y'all. What y'all talking about over here? Yes, the comment said I'm weak. Said, in the crazy part is they're all scared of him. Okay, let's see. Will he finally be exposed for smear tactics? He's going to be exposed for a whole lot more. Like, will people know that it's him behind it? When people are no longer afraid of the backlash and the repercussion of speaking out, it's definitely going to start hitting the fan. My apologies for taking so long to answer you. Okay. I see an email now. I'm going to message you as soon as I come off the live. Okay, so y'all know about them. I'm completely out the loop. I'm going to look into it because I don't know anything about them. Okay, let me see. Let me get myself together because I feel giggly for some reason. That Ray J and Nikki energy literally had me tickled, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. I was in the kitchen crying, laughing, like, wait a minute. Did she just agree that he's ugly? Yes, she did. Um, I tell you what, I'm going to tap into the energy around Nikki and Cleo Trapper because I want to see what was the energy behind their exchange. I didn't get to watch it, so this is literally going to be like a blind pull. All I saw was Cleo crying. I didn't get to watch the live to see how it went. Okay, so we got a moon card here, which represents the things that you can't or don't see. Oh, now that's sweet. So the energy that you can't or don't see is temperance, balance through a new beginning. After deep regret, going through a really hard time. So it does look like Nikki wanted to give her a leg up or, give her the opportunity to redeem herself. Yeah, this was an honest offer. This was a kind offer. You've got the devil here. So Explain the devil card to me, because this is like forward movement expansion. So this is like she's obsessed with the idea of helping her move forward. Okay, got it. So, you know, it looks like she may have thought about doing this in the past, and she kind of like went back and forth with herself about if she should, you know, speak to Cleo or how she should approach this. Okay, so it's like she knows the truth, Ace of Swords, behind Cleo being ostracized and cut off from opportunities. And she wanted to help her get justice, balance the scales. Yeah, she honestly wanted to help her move forward from the energy that happened in the past. So, yeah, Nikki had really solid intentions. She had good intentions to help her move forward from, you know, the negative press and what stifled her in the past. So this actually was, you know, a kind-hearted exchange. Let me see what y'all talking about. Said, I don't like the new rap girls. They're always up to something, and they're always sent to Nikki for an agenda. I don't get that Cleo was sent to Nikki at all. This feels like this was Nikki's idea, and she wanted to balance the energy for Cleo because she knows about some things behind the scenes that were done to her that were unfair. Said +1 sub. Hope you get clearer streams. Would like to see those cards. Thank you. Hopefully they stop harassing me and messing with my streams. We appreciate you here. Welcome to the family. Said, yep, that's right in line with the advice she gave her. Okay, that's what's up. It feels like it came from a genuine, honest place, and she really wanted her to win. But I'm still going to laugh probably into the new year at her telling Ray J that he is ugly. That, y'all, she couldn't even keep a straight face with that one herself, but I loved it. Because he asked for it. You went over there cutting up and asking, you know, asking for her attention, cutting the food, and she gave you exactly what you wanted, a viral moment. So I'm going to cut this one a little early, y'all. Let's see. Said, did you ever look into whether JT and Nikki really fell out, and if so, why? That was many, many moons ago. We did tap into that on a Wednesday. Nikki was honestly hurt by the switch up, and that actually was a real occurrence, but, you know, she kept it moving. Can you take into the energy behind the Trey songs and R. Kelly beef when he first started out singing? I didn't even know that they had a beef. I mean, here's the thing. Trey could never out-sing R. Kelly. And it probably was over that king of R&B thing, because he was trying to name himself as the king of R&B. R. Kelly would still be the king of R&B right now if it wasn't for his, you know, sordid personal life. He pretty much unthroned himself. Oop, you said two predators. Said Ray J was trying to put Nikki's sister in a reality show with Brandy's daughter. Could it be why Nikki's salty with him? No, it's way bigger than that. She knows that he's full of it. She does. She knows he's full of it, and it's like now you're talking about, you know, you're a barb and whatnot, but you know, he rode really hard for Kim. He talked a lot of trash, and they just got a long history. And he's trying to rewrite history and pretend like the past didn't happen. Now, as far as Nikki's sister, she don't even see how they about to use her and take advantage of her just because she's Nikki's sister. I wish her well, but that baby needs some guidance. Said Nikki and Ray J's tension go back since Nikki's first debuted. He used to diss Nikki for Little Kim. That's, yep, there we go, Samantha. Right. They've got a long history. And like I said, he's trying to rewrite history like some of that stuff never happened. And how could you? She's not going to ever forget some of the things that you said and done. You were better off just saying, look, I know in the past things wasn't cool between us, but I'm willing to apologize. Like coming forward, talking about some, you know I'm a barb. Like, stop it, sir. When did you become a barb? When did that happen? Said her manager is a whole Nikki op. Like, they say that a lot. That's what they are about to do with her. I feel for her because she don't even understand. The people that can't get next to Nikki, they're going to get next to her, and they're going to run circles around her until, you know, they can no longer use her. So have you seen LeBron James' feet? What type of comment is that? Oh my goodness. Said Diddy was denied bail for the third time, as he should have. Said, and he was friends with Safari. I'm not going to Google his feet. I don't want to see any such thing. That man runs around for a living. It's no telling what they look like. It probably looks like he's been breaking bricks with his toes for the last 10 years. I'll pass. Said Angel, the new girl that came out with Audra, her name is Misha. They said she was lying about everything that happened to her. I'll just tell you this. I never felt the energy to read her. There wasn't any pull for me towards her and her story. I will say this, though. She's not the only one that will have a questionable account. But what they don't understand is, as big as this case is and as heavy as this case is, this is the wrong thing to lie about. Just being affiliated will destroy your life. And that's facts. So the other one that, you know, she was on the live with, I definitely picked up that she was there, and there was a lot of energy around her and minors, and him allegedly wanting her to be, we'll say, affectionate with minors. But I never picked up any energy on the other young lady. All I could say is to her, bow out gracefully before it's too late for you. This case will destroy your whole entire life. This is not the one to play with. You shouldn't even want to be affiliated with something this nasty and this dirty. This is the one thing that I can tell y'all as a medium. It's hard to read this energy because you see. This is very wicked. It's very nasty. It's very despicable. I don't understand why anybody would want to be attached to this if they don't have to be. Yeah. So I definitely did not feel a pull in her energy in this case. Everybody that I've read in the Life After Diddy series, I was led to read their energy. I was guided to. I never was guided to read her energy. Said definitely, and it makes it harder for the real victims to be believed. Right. Um, there's a such thing as calling things into existence, okay? You have to be careful of the things that you put into the universe because you can actually speak things into existence. And if it didn't happen over there, it can happen somewhere else. You do not want to call this type of demon into your life. You said, what about Allie? I energetically felt Allie's energy there. I just haven't tapped into her energy in the Life After Puffy series. Y'all, it is so many different moving mechanisms in this series. It always throws me when I see how everything intertwines, because this, when I say this is like swamp water, this is sewage. This is horrible. It's 10 times worse than anything y'all can imagine. They're going to have to redact a lot of this paperwork because people will be disturbed. Said, did you hear about the Larry Reid interview? I did not. I absolutely did not. Said, will you do a Life After Puffy on Craig Mack? I'm not doing a Life After Puffy on anyone that is no longer in this realm, because the whole purpose is talking about how people's life is going to be that are still here. So they still have to have life to be a part of the series. There, you know, Craig Mack and Biggie and people like that, it would have to be, what would life be like if they never met Puff? Unfortunately, they're no longer here. Said, will his kids find out that he really lied about what he did to Kim? Baby, listen. Those children are fully under Stockholm. They know their father, and it's going to be really hard for them to really stomach the way life is going to change for them. What he exposed them to growing up, it makes it really hard for them to know how twisted their reality is. And when you love someone, you already, can wear rose tinted glasses and romanticize that person's image. So if you think about children of, parents that have been very abusive, a lot of those children don't, even though they know that this isn't the best energy, they still cling on to that parent because they love their parent. So I feel for them in the way that it just feels like they never had a chance. They were raised up in some really, really, offbeat type environments. And you have to be very strong to come up in those type of environments and not be corrupted. But as far as as far as them as adults, I still don't excuse them for anything that they partook in, because you made a choice and you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? They grew up in a very wealthy household that had, black snake type, the hills have eyes type energy, allegedly. So how do you grow up seeing things like that as a young person and still be able to not have a skewed, convoluted type view in life? Said they also don't have other parents. Well, I mean, the younger girls do, and Justin does, but they've been exposed to a lot stuff that y'all couldn't even imagine. Well, thank you, King Grayson. You said Ray J had legal criminal probes down the line to come out because he was on the club Shay Shay and brought up someone trying to shake him. Let's see, I guess that's RN. Asked his manager if he could speak on it, and thumbs down, said no. He got a lot going on. He has a lot going on, and a part of why he's trying to make sure that we see him as entertaining in the algorithm is like a distraction. Said, I really feel sad for the girls. They are minors involved in all of this. Puff could have done better. I really hate selfish parents. Yeah, I feel bad for the twins for sure, because they missed a huge significant portion of their life with their mother. It's those formative years. You need your mother. Said, what was up with Puff and Heavy D? Why did he act like he was scared of him? Bria, baby, all I can tell you is this. You tell me how you supposed to look when you realize you look the devil in the face. Said, my husband was good friends with Heavy D. He told me that it was a lot going on at Uptown and Epic when he was signed to Arista. I could only imagine, especially after that incident that happened at their college. Said, yes, it's on Larry Reed's channel, the victim of TD Jakes. Ooh. Wait a minute, is that pastor that's supposed to be considered an offender himself? Said, Quincy seems to be back and forth between Diddy and his real dad. I mean, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, yeah. He definitely is at a tug of war. It's a moral conflict. It's like, I know what I should do versus what I'm expected to do. Really hard situation to be in. He's been around Diddy ever since he was a small boy. Spent the majority of his life with him. For the most part, this is what he knows. Even though he knows who his actual father is, he spent more time with Diddy than his father. And Diddy saw to that. Said, yeah, shaking my head. Larry is the definition of the pot calling the kettle black. Ooh. Y'all, if y'all think this is bad, there's going to be so many scandals hitting the church over the next 2 years. I want y'all to understand, T.D. Jakes is one of 38 pastors that were at those parties. 38. Now ask yourself, why would 38 pastors agree to go to something where all of these types of things are going on? What are you really there for? 38. Say, yeah, TD Cakes, and he had a heart. You said a heart attack, it seems like, on stage. Well, no, it was a stroke. So y'all see why he's trying to get out and they're trying to redact the information now, because there's a lot of powerful people that are attached to this, people that you would never expect to be involved in all of this mess. This rabbit hole goes so deep, we might end up at the core of the earth. And see, that's just the ones that they have named. 38 prominent pastors. And we only know the name of one so far. Said, have you ever done a reading on Christopher Williams? If not, maybe you may want to look into him in his past with Diddy. That's interesting, for sure. I've met him in person. Nice guy in person, but this industry stuff, I'm not surprised by any of the stories that come out anymore, because people will use power to their advantage to really put folks in low places when they want something so bad. You want this dream and this goal so bad. And, not to say that that's Christopher, I'm just speaking in general. A lot of people will do things if they think that nobody will ever know, nobody will ever find out. Unfortunately, with Diddy, he makes sure that if you don't, properly align yourself with him the way he wants you to, whatever you do, he can make sure that somebody finds out. So think about if you've ever had one of those types of moments and nobody has ever knew, and then they start talking about all these videos. All of these videos. And you have no idea if you're on any of them. You know how much anxiety you gotta have to sit around and wait and hope and wish that you don't pop up in footage that can ruin your whole life, turn your family life upside down, end your career. It's a lot of people on pins and needles right now. Women and men, especially men. Y'all got to remember, Pimp C told us years ago when he went on the radio in Atlanta and he did that interview and he spoke about people getting people on camera, having footage of people doing weird things. Why don't you just come out the closet? Who y'all think he was talking to? He said, Joe Osteen pops into my head. He can't just be hiding money in his church walls. Now, he wasn't speaking on himself. He knew for a fact that people were being recorded doing things that would be considered unsavory if the rest of the world knew. And he was calling out the person who's recording people and telling that person, why don't you just be honest and come out the closet? Leave women alone and admit what you really like. He said that on the radio. The person he was talking to knew exactly who he was talking to. And unfortunately, we no longer have him here. But he definitely went on the air and he pointed it out. He even called out a very prominent person who got caught up in Atlanta and tried to hide it. He called him out on Atlanta radio. Pimp C. Justice for Us, Pimp C said that. He said, I don't have any problem with gay folks. If you gay and you open with it, that's cool. I'm talking to the ones who recording people and doing strange things. Why don't you just come out the closet and stop messing up, we'll say, the cookie population? He said that on the radio. And even the people that were interviewing him, they didn't know what to say. It was like, oh, shoot. Yeah, not too long after that, he was no longer here. Said one, I wonder how does 50 Cent talk so freely about Diddy on air too, and yet has successful career still. Well, for one, 50 ain't no punk. He ain't afraid of him. He ain't the only one that spoke up. The Locks definitely spoke up. They called him out. They were willing to fight him. It's been some. Eminem has been dragging Puff to hell for years. He accused him of getting rid of Big and Tupac on his music several times over. So it's people that's been calling him out. It's just not enough. You said who was scared, Diddy or Heavy D? I believe Heavy D realized that he was dealing with somebody that, you know, pretty much they didn't have any boundary they wouldn't cross. Said J. Cole mopped the floor with Diddy ass. Listen, it's been people that's called them out. Like I said, it's just not enough. Most people, they don't want to smoke. They're afraid of if he comes and huffs and puffs and blow your house down. The ones that will fight him back, you notice you never see him address them publicly, or you never see him in the same room with them, because they will physically fight him and embarrass him. 50's that type of guy. He ain't got no problem with it. Said, nope, 50 calls out both Camel and Diddy, and he's still thriving. Yeah. Does it regularly. He's just going to have to watch the industry when somebody finally gets mad at him and they want to take a swipe at him. Said, and J. Cole switched to bicycles ever since. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live here on YouTube. If anybody wants to, you know, come over and kick it with us for a minute on Station Head, feel free. It's Miss Angel the Oracle, Mrs. MZ on Station Head. And I'm going to go ahead and go over here so we can speak freely. And for all of you that are a part of my membership, I am going live tomorrow. I will see you in the live tomorrow for those of you that are available. If you're not available, I understand, because you're spending time with your family. You can meet me in the playback. I wish all of you well. Be safe throughout this holiday. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you next week. We're here every Wednesday at 7 Eastern Standard Time. Much love to all of you. And I hope my troll comes back so we can train him on how to play the dozens properly. I'll see y'all later. Have a great night, everybody.